Alright, so how's everybody been doing? I know it's been a while since I made a video, but I've been busy with work and other things. I got a new job at second shift. I haven't had as much time as I used to have to come out here and work on stuff in the evenings, but figured I'd give you guys a little update on projects and progress on things. So this is a new project I've got here about a month ago. It's a 30 Massey Harris. It's missing a few things, some things I'm going to have to make up, but supposedly it's been going through transmission and motor wise. I don't know if it has or not, but I'm going to make another video on this separate, going in more detail. I'm just touching on it right now, give you guys a little something to look forward to. But I've got pretty much all the big stuff anyway. This is another tractor I picked up. It's a International 330. I got it about probably maybe 4 months ago, something like that. I got it with a bush hog on the back of it. It does have the International fast hitch right there. Works pretty good. I put a slip ratchet overrun on it. This one does not have power steering or the automatic, or not automatic, the live PTO, or the what was that thing called, power torque, or whatever that is, the 2-speed transmission. It doesn't have that. It's just a plain gear tractor. Nothing really fancy about it. It's just compact. The motor runs really good on it. Doesn't use any oil, anything like that. The sheet metal's a little rough, a little bent up. I've went through, painted the grill, and kind of touched the paint up around the front because someone had took a torch to it for some reason and heated the metal. I bought some headlights and put on it, and just some odds and ends. It's a pretty good old tractor. I'm just gonna leave it like it is, because I use it. I got some new tires to put on it. They're over there at the behind the shed behind me. Here's a little Jeep. Still haven't fixed the transmission or anything, but I took it to the tractor show the other day and won second place in the car side, so that was pretty cool. But I've just been using it, clearing those trees out and stuff. And I've got a lot more trees to clear now because that storm came through, and I'll show you guys that damage here in a minute. But it's not nearly as bad as some of these poor people. But I'll show you a few other projects. Alright, well, here's the Z. Still looks about the same as it did last video. Haven't really done anything to it, just been, using it. I am working on the hood right now. I've made a couple videos, or I've got a video in the editing process for the hood. Slowly but surely picking away at that hood. It's been quite the challenge, but me and my dad redone this old bush hog here to go behind it. This is a FMC Sidewinder bush hog, has the tire drive. It cuts pretty good. We painted it up to match the tractor. It would originally, I think, just been all yellow, but we painted it red to match. Tractor pulls it pretty good. Got plenty of power. But I took this to the show the other day, won second place again with it, so that was pretty cool. Won second place twice with it now. Keep that up, I'll make my money back on it. But yeah, this thing was a lot of work. It was in pretty bad shape. It had probably sat just as long as this tractor had sat, honestly, untouched. But it's running pretty good. I think I mentioned in my last video actually working on this tractor when I took it to the show. My oil pressure dropped to like 0. Well, I changed oil in it and put a little bit of Lucas in there, and seems like that's helped it quite a lot. I figure the old motor's probably a little tired in the bottom end, because I figured back then they just put rings in them and kept running them. They probably didn't worry about the bottom end. But it don't make any noise, and it don't use any oil, so as long as it keeps chugging along, I'm not going to mess with it. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the progress on the building so far. I haven't really been able to do much because of my new job and stuff, but I've done a little bit. Alright, so as you can see, everything's pretty much, I've got almost all the trees down. There's still a few that are laying on the ground. Nothing too crazy. You know, I've got that's about 100 foot right in there cleared out, so I'm still going to go a little bit more to get rid of some of the more of those trees, because I don't really want those things growing up and falling on my building. And then we got to get someone in there to get those stumps out of the ground for us. That's going to be the most challenging part, is those stumps. But pretty much all the trees are down, though. There's a few laying there. We still got to clean those up, but thanks to this storm that came through, it's kind of made everything difficult for that, because all of our we were throwing all the limbs in the ditch down here, because it's a pretty big ditch, just to, you know, slow down water and erosion. Kind of a natural process. You know, it kind of slows everything down and helps make the bank last longer, if that makes sense. And they rot pretty fast, and they're gone in a couple years. But now that all those, now that storms came through, we've got a lot of down trees, and I'll kind of show you guys that, and show you all the damage that we got, which again is nowhere near what other people got. But, you know, still pretty rough, but nowhere near what it could have been. Here's just a little bit of the damage that Helene did. See all these trees down and stuff. It's pretty bad. It's not as bad as some people have had it, though. It's, you know, we made it out pretty good, but a lot of trees down. And it did hit the house a little bit. I'll kind of briefly show that in a minute. That's probably the worst of it right there. That's the only tree that really hit the house, but it took the corner of that porch off and dented the roof in, broke the railing down, done some other stuff. There's another tree that fell back in there, and there's, believe it or not, there's about 3 trees right here fell. All of them are big oak trees. As you guys can see by all those trees down, it was a pretty rough storm for us, but I know a lot of people had it a lot worse than we did, unfortunately. We had power out for 5 days here. We had internet out for like 2 weeks, almost. So it hasn't been too fun for us, but I know a lot of people, of course, had it a lot worse. You know, there's people out there now that are homeless due to this terrible storm that come through. And, you know, I've heard of hurricanes coming through before, and I was like, it's nothing, it's just a hurricane. Usually whenever they come through us, it's just wind and a little rain. Nope, not this time. It was a full-blown, I mean, it was a bad storm just for us, and we weren't even really in it. We were just like on the outskirts of it. You know, the poor people in Tennessee and Georgia and South Carolina, they got hammered with it. And of course, Florida, oh man, Florida really got it. Of course, you guys all know this, but you know, you just kind of, you hear about it on TV, and you're like, you don't really see it, but you know, I mean, you can kind of see it. And this right here shows how bad the storm was. And don't pay any attention to that. That was already there. But as far as the rest of it, there's a little building right there. And a tree didn't hit it because that big oak tree there, but it did hit the roof of it. But luckily the shed didn't get hit, and the Of course, the house is covered with insurance, so it's not as bad as it could have been. It's still bad, but it's not as bad. But you know, we're very, very blessed and very lucky that that's all we have happened. You know, it could have been a lot worse, and it was a lot worse for a lot of other people. You know, it's terrible. But you know, we just gotta move on and hopefully get over it. But I know there's probably some people watching that were in it or were close to it too, and prayers go out to you, whoever you are, and hope everything sorts itself out for you. But hope you guys enjoyed this little quick catch-up video on all these projects that I have, and I hope to be working on this pretty soon. I've just got to get done with my Z hood and get the Z fenders, and we're going to start on this thing. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'm going to repaint it yet. I don't know if I'm going to completely restore it or if I'm just going to put it together and run it. I am going to paint the hood and the grill and the gas tank because it's all black. I don't really want black. I want it to be red. It's Massey Harris. I want it to be red. But I think it'll be a pretty neat little tractor when it's all put back together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.